Hey guys, for today's tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to do this cotton candy inspired look using some of my absolute favorite palettes from Karity. Right here I have the Karity Matte palette and the Karity Smokey palette. No joke, I am the biggest fan of Karity eyeshadows. I absolutely love their formula. It is one of the best in my collection, hands down. And not to mention, these two palettes right here are some of my holy grails in my collection. Unfortunately, with all the new releases, I honestly do not get to these palettes as much as I wish I would, just because I'm always trying new things all the time, and then if I do get into these palettes, I only pick maybe one shade or two shades out of them, and that's pretty much it. And it's a kind of a bummer too, because these palettes are really good, but with all the new releases, I'm just always caught up with the new stuff that I forget about the stuff I already have. Anyways, with all of that said, if you would like to see how I did this look, just stay tuned on watching. Big hugs! So first things first is I'm going to prime my eyelids using my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. With this primer, I am applying it all over my eyelid, up to my brow bone, in this little inner tear duct area, and then underneath the eye. Why are my under eye circles so bad? I even slept more than normal last night. I slept 8 hours. Normally I only sleep 5 and they're never this bad. So the first shade I am going to go into is Natural out of the Karity Smokey palette. As you can tell, I really love this shade. This is by far my absolute favorite skin tone colored eyeshadow. And I am going to go in with a Real Techniques medium shadow brush. And then with this shade, I'm just going to lightly dust it all over my eye, up to my brow bone, just to lightly set my eyeshadow primer. Low-key, this is the first palette I have hit pan on in probably about 3 years, not even kidding. I never hit pan on any of my stuff, and I'm almost ready to hit pan on Radioactive right here, this bright yellow shade, and Burlesque. They're just at that big dip type of stage, but they're just ready to hit pan whenever you dig in your brush. And I just don't want to hit pan because that means that I'm running out of it and then I have to go get another one. So the next palette I'm going to dip into is the Karity Matte palette. And I am going to go into this Feign shade right here that is a bright baby blue. And I'm going to go in with a Luxie 229 tapered blending brush. And then with Feign, I am going to apply it in this inner kind of third of my eye. I'm really packing this color on. I'm not applying it to the lid, I'm applying it to the crease. And I really want this bright baby blue pop in this look. And then with Feign, I'm only bringing it up to where my eye color starts. I do not want to go past this because we are going to add other colors. So the next shade I am going to go into is out of the Karity Smokey palette. I am going to go in with this really pretty hot pink shade called Scandal. And then with Scandal, I am going to apply it into this outer third of my eye, and I'm also applying it into my outer V. I'm not mixing it in with the blue. I'm just applying it in this outer third of my eye. I'm applying it mostly into the crease and blending it upwards, just a little bit. But we're essentially just really doing color placement right now. So the next shade I am going to go into is out of the Karity Matte palette. I am going to go into this really pretty bright purple shade. It is called Alexi, and I'm going to go in with a Wet n Wild crease brush. And with Alexi, I am going to place it in the middle of my crease. And I'm pretty much doing this just to blend the blue into the hot pink. I'm only focusing this color where my eye color is, so when I look straight forward, I only want the purple where my eye is. I don't want it any farther on the other side. Just so we have enough of each color and the purple doesn't overpower in the center. So now we are going to blend all of the colors together. The first color I'm going to go into is Feign, that bright baby blue. I'm adding additional product as well. I'm going right over the line that we have with the purple. I'm going right over that. And I'm also kind of bringing it downwards just a little bit. But I'm really packing on this color on this line just to kind of blur it out. And then with no additional product, I am going to go in with that Wet n Wild crease brush. I'm going lightly over that line again. The reason I'm not adding additional product is because the purple will really overpower this baby blue since it's a lot darker. So I don't want to add any additional product. And then I'm just going to go back in with the blue again and buff the edge. And I just want to warn you, it may look really shitty right away the first time you do it, so you may have to repeat it a couple times. So if it looks super shitty and you're like, why does this look so bad? Just keep on doing it a couple times and then you'll get a really nice gradient fade. Personally, myself, I even have to do it a couple times. I have to do it about 4 to 5, and then I'll get a really nice seamless blend. So the next shade I am going to go into out of the matte palette is Lumbia. It is this really pretty hot pink shade, and I am going to go in with a Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush. And then with Lumbia, I'm putting it in this outer V area, and I'm bringing it in only to the purple. I don't want it to go into the blue at all. And I'm just adding it for added definition. It honestly has been a really long time since I have done a tutorial using only Karity palettes. For a while there, I was only using Karity. I think right when I started my YouTube channel is when I was. Somewhere like last year, maybe around like February, March-ish, kind of in there. And I was just hammering down looks with Karity, Karity, Karity. And a lot of you guys were like on Instagram saying, Breyonna, you're using Karity all the time, can you use other things? And then I really purposely put my palettes like in the back of my collection, so I would use the other stuff I had just because I wanted to give you guys more variety. But now I'm like, why did I do that? Because now I haven't really been using them as much because of it. But their formula is just so good. It's like really pigmented and it blends out really easy, and not to mention they are very affordable. I really love these palettes, like no joke, they are some of my absolute favorites. And the Karity Smokey palette I would probably say is my holy grail palette, like all-time holy grail, just because you can do literally so much stuff with it. And it's just, I don't know, it has like all my essential eyeshadows to it. So to deepen up the crease even more, I'm actually going to go back into the Karity Smokey palette, and I am going to go into this shade called Burlesque, which is like a raspberry shade. And then with my Luxie 231, I'm just going to add this where the pink is, and then slightly into the purple. Not too much though, just enough just to help us with the cut crease that we're going to do. But mostly you want to focus this color in the crease, and then in the outer V. I can tell I've had too much caffeine because I'm like jittery for some reason. I never get jittery off of caffeine either, and like right now I'm just like, whew. Again, using the same palette, now I am going to go into PDA. It is seriously the prettiest purple shade. And again with the same brush, I'm just going to apply this lightly into my crease to add a little bit more definition and to also kind of give a little bit more purple to the look. And then to blend it out, I'm just taking whatever is left on that Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, and I'm really just buffing out the edge just to get everything really seamless. So once the concealer is dry 100% of the cut crease, I'm going to go in with a little bit of Burlesque and PDA on that Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, and I'm really packing it onto this harsh edge of the concealer line that we had when cutting it. I just want to get rid of this line because it's really harsh and kind of ugly. So I'm just really packing it on. And I'm not worrying about the blend that I'm getting with the pink inwards. I just want it to kind of get rid of this line. And then with the pink on the lid, I don't want to go any farther than where my eye color starts because otherwise it'll start closing up my eyes. I also want to mention, if you are having problems getting rid of that concealer line, especially with a fluffy brush, you could always go in with something like this. This is the Real Techniques shading brush. What I like about this brush is that it has like a tapered kind of edge to it, so it really can pack on color really easily. And this brush is also really tiny, so it's really easy to get in this kind of like outer V area of the lid. Actually, I'll just show you this one too. But what I'm going to do is really just push it into where that line is. I'm not really going back and forth motions because you'll lose the pigmentation. I'm really just pushing it down and kind of picking back up. And as you can see, it really got rid of that concealer line super quick. Normally I just go in with my fluffy brush because I'm really lazy and I don't want to wash more brushes. But if you're having problems getting rid of the concealer line with a fluffy brush, I would highly recommend checking a brush out like this. So for the lid shade today, I am actually going to go into one of Karity's blush bombs. This one is in Pow Pink. And I'm going to dip into the highlighter in the palette called Sublime. And with a damp BH brush, I'm just going to apply this to the lid. I have not used any of Karity's highlighters yet on my lids or my inner corner, but this one is so pretty. It's like baby pink, but it's not baby pink, if that makes sense. Like it has like a slight like pink undertone to it. It's super pretty. And then once the lid shade is applied, I'm just taking whatever is left on that Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, really flicking the product inwards just to give us a really nice kind of gradient fade. So here is where I'm at right now with the look, and then off camera I'm just going to apply my brows, my foundation, and stuff like that. So here is where I'm at right now with the look, and then for the lower lash line I am going to take whatever is left on that 231 Luxie brush and run it underneath my lower lashes. And then for the inner corner today, I am going to go in with my Ofra Pillow Talk highlighter with a 217 Luxie brush. So here is the finished look. It is definitely something that is very cotton candy-esque, and honestly I haven't done a cotton candy, fairy, light and airy type of look in a very long time, so I thought it would be kind of fun to do one with you guys today. And also this look would be perfect for Valentine's Day, especially if you're somebody that isn't into really like deeper smoky eyes or somebody that doesn't want to wear like hot pink and red eyeshadow. This one still gives you like that little pink pop, but you still have a lot of purple and blue to it. And honestly, I just really wanted to use my Karity palettes. I haven't used these palettes by themselves in a very long time, so I thought it'd be fun if we just kind of sat down and played with them today. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this look, as well as in the comments let me know if you'd be interested in seeing a Karity brand review. I seriously have a ton of products from Karity, and if you would like a mini video review session on them, I would totally be down to film that for you. As always, I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below, and if you would like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram account is at @lethal_kitten. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and until next time, bye!